didn't know. Loads of people have been asking, how am I doing now? Many of you were very sweet and messaged me about how was my what's called SPD going on. That's while I was pregnant, I got what's called Symphysis Pubis Dysfunction, which is where the bone at the front of the pelvis, I'm being suckled here, separates before the birth, and therefore means that the pelvis isn't offering support. I ended up on crutches and in the end also using a wheelchair. But it was all worth it because we got this lovely little lady. Now most of the time when you have SPD, it rights itself very, very quickly after the birth. And I hoped that it would happen for me as well. Unfortunately it hasn't. Thea is 4 months old in just 2 days time, and unfortunately behind the camera is still my crutches. I did think that I was making some real progress for a while, and then I clearly pushed it too far, and so I ended up, my pelvic floor went again, my stomach muscles, you can just feel that you are totally unsupported, and I ended up having to go back to using crutches, mainly because the pain in my pelvis, it just gets really, really quite bad. And I don't want this to be a negative video because we all have things that aren't perfect. We all have things that we have to deal with, but everybody's asked, hey, has it healed itself? On the positive side, we're doing loads to make it better. With this kind of pelvic girdle pain, there's not an operation really that will cure it. There's only about 7% of women who are like me and experience the pain for a period of time after the pregnancy. So that's a really, so if you've got SPD, there's a tiny chance that you're going to be like this afterwards. So yeah, 7% of women can take up to 2 years to get better. Sounds like a really long time, but you know, she's already 4 months old. This time is going to pass, and I'm doing things to help myself get better. So what am I doing? Well, I have a great physiotherapist. She's constantly telling me off for doing too much. You're not supposed to walk too much, not lift anything, including babies if you can't. You have to modify the way you are. So when I'm getting up off the floor, I have to kind of be almost like a little baby. So I have to get onto my knees, and then I have to crawl over to the sofa and push myself up. When I'm changing Thea, I have to do it on my knee like this, which I'm an expert at. Or I have to put her up at a height where I'm not bending over at all. The main problem for me is standing for any period of time, which, thanks to the bank in Drogheda, I have to stand for long periods of time in the Bank of Ireland. Sort your queues out, seriously guys. And so I've even had to get to the point of ordering a cash card on my account to avoid having to stand for long periods, because that actually leads me to have to go home and kind of go to bed because the pain gets really, really bad. So if you have SPD, do all the things in your life possible to reduce that SPD. You should never record a video in a public place. It always makes for interesting times. But the other thing is that with the SPD, you've really got to get all of your core back together. One of the ways that you can really help yourself is by learning to reuse your stomach muscles and pelvic floor muscles and the deep muscles, the muscles which are deep in the back. And that's why I have 3 sets of exercises that I have to do 3 times a day. So I have to do my pelvic floor, and then I have to do tummy tilts, and then I have to get on all fours, and then suck my stomach in as well. Most of the time I feel like nothing is happening, but my physio assures me that these things will help my core to get stronger, and then everything else will make an improvement. So that's my update. So yeah, subscribe to the channel and you can watch the journey, because seriously, I want to get to the point where I can start Pilates. That's supposed to be very good for SPD, but we are not at that stage. I want to get to the stage where I could watch the in-betweeners without possibly peeing my pants. I'll let you know when that happens, one of our favourite programmes between me and Scott. And I want to get to the point where I'm not worried about picking Thea up and kind of swinging her about and, you know, then damaging myself. So subscribe to the channel, and we will see you very soon. Say bye bye, Miss Thea.
Bye bye.